It's a rainy day here, but that's not going to stop me from sourcing. I have to get more inventory to send into Amazon. January, I had a couple snow days where I wasn't out sourcing as much as I wanted to be. So I'm trying to pick that up for February and buy more items because you can't sell anything unless you have something to sell. So I'm going to do some retail arbitrage today, go into some stores. I just stopped by my P.O. box to check it. Nothing important in there, just an ad for internet. And yeah, so I'm going to hop by a grocery store real quick. And you know what, actually, I think I'm going to go to Family Dollar first because it's kind of that direction. So I'm going to run it into a Family Dollar and I'm going to time myself for 20 minutes and see what I can find there in 20 minutes. And then I'm going to head over to a local grocery store and see what I can find there. I'm looking for a specific replen item at the grocery store. So hopefully they have more of what I'm looking for and hopefully pick up some replen items. Anyway, I'm rambling. I'm gonna hop to the video and take you to the store. These Easter baskets looked profitable, but Amazon was on the listing, so I passed. I headed to the candy aisle and scanned a few things there. These Hostess treats can be profitable, but be careful, some of the listings are under generic brand and you can get an error message if you try to jump on those listings. In addition to this, the reason I don't pick these up anymore is whenever I find them, they are extremely close to the expiration date and I don't want to risk it. Okay, I just finished at Family Dollar and I have to tell you guys a story and I hope this is okay because I didn't ask permission for this, but I was in there for almost exactly 20 minutes. My timer went off and I went into the cash register line, but I was in line for a while. It was a long line, so I was scanning stuff while we waited, and it was really funny because the cashier, she was telling everyone, she was scanned some Twinkies for someone and she's never had a Twinkie before, and she was telling the whole store, I've never had one of these. So the gal who bought the Twinkies opened them up and gave her a Twinkie. And so everyone was like applauding her because she was going to eat the first Twinkie she's ever had in her life. And it was just funny. I guess there are people out there who have never had Twinkies, and that blows my mind. But so it was kind of productive in there. I only found one thing, and it's actually a thing that I'm going to the grocery store to go get. It's part of this bundle I've created, and I was happy to find that part of the items here because they were actually cheaper than what they usually are at the store. So I got enough to have 3 bundles, and so let's see, it was just about, I think about $4, just under $4 for each thing. And then there's another piece of the bundle. So I will profit anywhere from $5 to $7 on each of those bundles. So that's like $15 in 20 minutes right there, which is great. I wanted to scan the candy more, but the aisle was completely crowded. There were a bunch of kids that came in like while I was trying to scan and film and raided the aisle, so I left, and then I came back to the aisle going to scan it more, but then there were 2 people just standing there talking and I didn't really care for their conversation, so I wasn't gonna just, I would have felt like I was intruding, and I wasn't gonna stand there and scan things and like push them out of the way. This is so difficult. Like, I feel like a lot of Amazon resellers or eBay resellers are introverts, and that's why we like to do this, because it's a job you can do completely at home, completely by yourself. You don't need a boss. You don't have to talk to people. So I'm not one of those people to like push somebody else out of a store aisle. And I almost need to be as a retail arbitrager, because these people were pushing me out of the aisles. So I didn't really get to scan what I wanted to in the time that I was in there, because I'm not an aggressive shopper. I'm introverted and shy and will, go around the store 3 times before going into the aisle with somebody in it. Let me know if you're like this. Anyway, I'm going to run to the grocery store and see if they have more of the item that I just picked up, and then scan a few items while I'm in there and see if we can find anything new to sell. So as I'm walking into the store, I want to explain to you the 5 things that I'm looking for each time I scan an item. Number 1, eligibility. eligibility, and number 2, sales rank. Number 3, who's on the listing. 4, is the buy box being shared? And 5, is it profitable? Is it going to give me a good ROI? So I'm going to show you real quick how I do that by picking up an item in the store and show you kind of my steps and going through that list of 5 things. I open the Amazon seller app and scan my first item. I check to see if I'm eligible to sell it. If I'm not eligible, a lock box will appear with a note that says request approval. Always click request to see if you are automatically approved. But in this case, I am eligible to sell this item, so let's continue with the next check, the sales rank. This has a high sales rank for me. In general, I like to find items below 100,000 in sales rank. So at this point, I would stop and scan the next item. But for the sake of this video, let's pretend the sales rank is good and move on to the next point on my list, which is checking who is on the listing. You can see here if Amazon is currently on the listing. It looks like they're not, which is good. You can also click into this to see if the brand name is on the listing. If the brand name is on the listing, it's a yellow flag that this product might be tied with an IP complaint. But here I'm seeing a lot of different sellers and not the brand name. So because there's a few FBA sellers, this is a good sign. Now it's time to check the buy box to see if it's being shared. I'll click into the listing more until I find the ASIN. I'll copy it and then I'll go over to the Keep It app and search the ASIN there. I click the Data tab and then the buy box statistics. Here it's showing me that Amazon was on the listing in the past and it looks like they had control of the buy box. I avoid items if Amazon is winning the buy box more than 80% of the time. So again, I would abandon this one and scan the next item, but for this video, let's pretend it's good and that the buy box is being shared, and we'll go to the next point, which is to find out if this is profitable and if it has good ROI. So to do this, I hop back onto the Amazon seller app and put in my buy cost. Now you may be wondering why I'm checking for profit last. Isn't profit the most important thing? Don't you want to find profitable products? The reason is no matter how profitable the listing, if you are gated in it, or if the sales rank is too high, or if the buy box is not being shared, it's not going to sell, no matter what the profit looks like. And a rookie mistake a lot of people make, and probably still make even if you're not a rookie, is to become what I call profit blind or profit blinded. You get so caught up in what you think the item is going to make that you forget to check these other crucial data points, and you wind up losing money on the item because it never sells. You can do this checklist in any order, but I purposely put profit last to avoid blinding myself or getting overly excited about the potential profit and forgetting to check things like the sales rank in the buy box. When I plug in the cost, I would make over $1 on this item, and that is not worth it to me. I am looking for things that have at least a 30% ROI and a $5 profit range. So sorry this item was not a great find for this video today, but hopefully you get the idea of how I source. I will be sharing good finds in the Living Arbitrage Bolo group I'm putting together, so stay tuned for more info on that. And in the meantime, join the free Living Arbitrage community Facebook group. I'll link it below. Okay, 20 minutes was about all I had to spend in there today. I did pick up more items for my bundle. So with what I picked up at Family Dollar and what I picked up here, I have enough for 5 bundles. And I profit about $5 to $7 on each of those. So $25 profit for 40 minutes in each store with travel time and filming. I mean, just say an hour, so like $25 an hour. The bummer is you have to wait till it sells to get that $25. But yeah, I kind of just always am looking for those 5 things anytime I scan, and then it's just a scan and repeat. Am I eligible? What's the sales rank? Who's on the listing? Is the buy box being shared? And is it profitable? Is the ROI worth it? Because you could spend $100 on something and make $1 profit and it's profitable, but that is horrible ROI, and I hope none of you do that. How is February sourcing going for everyone? Let me know in the comments below. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I will catch you in the next video.